Hello and welcome to MetalVice and 666. I'm your host Brian, joined by my other host
Karen.
And today's going to be another Karen Pick episode. For those who haven't listened to a Karen's Pick episode, why don't you tell everybody what that is?
Sure. So when we go to record stores, I like to search around and try to find a low budget album, meaning we were trying under $10.
Yeah,
but I think it's
down to like $20 now, I think.
Yeah, like $15-$20 ish. And it's a band that I've never heard anything about. I generally pick it off of the cover art, and that's about it. But yeah, so just some random band just to pick up, and we listen to it and see what we think.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and start the timer, and we can dive into this particular one. Maybe. There we go. All right, cool. Let's start us off.
Okay. So this is my third that we picked up.
Yeah, the third one.
Do you remember where I got this?
I don't. I'm trying to think about that. I don't know if it was like Iowa City.
Iowa City. I wanted to say Iowa City.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say Iowa City or Michigan. But I think it was Iowa City.
I think it was Iowa City. So, and what's the record store there?
I think Record Collector is the
Record
name of
Collector.
it.
Yeah. That's right.
By the library.
Yep. So downtown, right by the library. Yep. So this one is Six Brew Bantha, which is a grindcore band from British Columbia, Victoria, British Columbia, in Canada. They've been around, I think, since 2009. I read online. Honestly, I knew nothing about them before we picked this up. So, do you want to go into what we thought of the album, or do you want to start with the album art?
I guess we can just get into it, right? Like them diving into the album itself, because
okay,
the album is short as shit anyway.
It is. It's only 18 minutes long.
Right, like
so,
super quick.
Yeah. But one thing that I noticed when listening to it is I don't really feel like there's much break between songs.
No, they do somewhat blend together.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell a little bit of difference when, like, the guitar tones will change or the riffs will change a little bit.
Yeah, so you could tell it's a different song, but there's no, like, it's not like a normal, well, I'm saying a normal album where it, like, stops and then you play the next song. Some will
have, like, fade-ins or fade-outs, or they'll have, like, a 2-second pause in between each track sort of thing. This one... No, it doesn't. It just sort of like rolls, as you said, into it.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. It's a white, like, marble vinyl with like gray flecks in there. I really enjoy, like, the color vinyl a lot more than I should. Because, I mean, it's the same thing. It still plays music. I just...
Yeah.
And the only time you see it is when it's spinning. It's not like I'm sitting there listening, like, watching it either. I don't know why I like it, but I
oh my
just
gosh,
like
if you did that,
version.
I would laugh if you just, like, stood over the... like, watching it spin around.
But, I mean, that was kind of cool. And I do think this one was relatively cheap, or maybe around that $10 range or so.
Yeah. I think we're going to start keeping track of them going forward. But, yeah, I think this one was, like, $9.99 or something.
Something like that.
$12.99 maybe. Yeah.
In terms of the music, I was not the biggest fan.
I wasn't either. It's definitely very, very, very power heavy. Like, we're just, like... What I think of is when you're in a... like, see the videos of, like, a mosh pit where it's just, like, heavy, and it's just, like, people, like, flinging their arms around and, like, kicking and everything, like, constantly.
Yeah.
There's no lull. There's no anything. It's just constant heavy.
Yeah, and, like, I don't know. When I tell, like, people who don't listen to metal, like, oh, I listen to metal, like, this is the type of metal I think they assume all metal is.
Like the screamy, like the screechy scream.
Yeah, like the screechy scream, just the guitars that are, like, just, like, going off on a riff, doing their own. Almost sounds like they're doing their own thing. It's just like a lot of just noise, but it's not noise. If you stop and listen to it, you definitely pick things up.
Yeah.
Some songs that came through more to me than others.
Yeah.
There were some where it's just sort of like noise.
Like I think we've seen some I mean, we're not good with genres, but like some music like this at concerts, where at concerts I don't necessarily like it as much, because it's not like mixed well, you know, like when you record an album, it's like mixed and everything.
Yeah.
Where at concerts, it does sometimes come across as just noise.
And
where
you are
like
kind of at the mercy of the venue at that point.
You are,
the acoustics of the venue.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I think that's what I was trying to get at is like just noise happening. Where on record or like on vinyl or like Spotify or something, like if you listen to it, it's more mixed. So I can kind of do that more than like at a concert.
You can pick up the nuances a little better.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. I definitely, when we saw Knocked Loose live, I was not a fan of them live. To me, it was like, oh, they're all just up there doing their own thing,
Yeah.
and there's no cohesion or
Yeah.
anything. There's no form to this song. It's just here's 8 guys going up there and doing their own goddamn thing. Where you listen to it on vinyl, it's like, oh shit, I can start picking up that nuances a little better.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it just made me more excited to go see them live. This is a band I don't think I would seek out necessarily. But if they're at a festival, sure, I'll stop by
I
and
would check them out if they're at a festival for sure. Or like, I guess if I'm having like a super, super angry day and I just want to like listen to something really quick, it's only 18 minutes long. So it's like you can listen to the entire album pretty quick.
But I mean, other than that, the music, like I said, there were a few tracks that definitely had more cohesion in my head when I was listening to it a little better. But the art, you mentioned that earlier, the art on the album cover and on the back is really cool. I do really enjoy the art. It's very gruesome, horror themed.
I enjoy the gruesomeness of it.
I don't know.
That was funny how you said all that in one sentence was kind of funny. How you're like, I really enjoy it. It's very gruesome.
Yeah. I don't know. Like you have...
No, it is.
You have cops that are being hung. You have like, I'm assuming these are politicians who are being skewered. And just different, like, grotesque people being skewered and decaying bodies everywhere. I'm assuming this building's either a church or some sort of...
I thought of it as like a government building.
Or
with,
that
like,
too,
Because it has like the pillars on the front and stuff like a official building does.
So, I mean, there's pentagrams on it. It's definitely a very metal cover. Like, when I think of metal covers, like, that's what it is. And then on the back, you have, like, this like hellspawn demon thing with upside down crosses coming out of the eyes and no music crossing the genitals.
Yeah, I know. That was the first thing I noticed. And I'm just like, I don't know what that.
I don't know why.
means.
I did too. I don't know like why my eye went to the genitals, and then I'm like, oh, there's a little circle with like no music.
Like no music, yeah.
And then carrying a cross, which looks like it was kind of there's like nails coming out of it and shit. I don't know.
Like a crucifixion cross.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I enjoy it. It's kind of cool. Oh, and even on the front, there's like I'm assuming that's Jesus or something, but there's like the stigmata in the hands. I don't know if you noticed that. No, like right here.
Up here. Oh.
And one over there as well.
Oh, yeah, I see it too. Yeah. With the two.
But then it's also like a clown sort of scarecrow-y type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably a scarecrow actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, probably not Jesus.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. The art's super awesome.
Yeah, I definitely picked this up from the cover. I think it was cover and price, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But definitely like the cover is what drew me to it, where I'm just like, this looks interesting. What is this?
Yeah.
And also like when we go to buy these, it's not like I look up the band while we're there. I literally pick it up and start
and we're at
listening.
time. But yeah, that's the whole point of Karen's pick is just like find a cheap album that looks cool, and you get duds sometimes, and you get great albums sometimes. This one was closer to the dud for us, but it's somebody's thing out there, and if that's your thing, fucking awesome. It's enjoy it. Who gives a shit what we think? But it wasn't our thing. I am glad we have it, and we have listened to it a couple times now. So
we could scare people when they come over and be like,
yes,
let's put a record on for you.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks. Bye.